a lot of people that you perceive don't have many needs or aren't going through such an intense process, a big reason for that is because they're probably not very much in their body. And this is where a lot of new age stuff comes into, where it's very mental, it's very up here, it's very conceptual, it's a lot of listening to podcasts and reading books and watching a ton of YouTube videos, and I've been there. And that's part of the process as well, is having it very mental, especially initially when our awareness really starts expanding and waking up. But over time, this process, it takes you more and more into your body. And that's when needs really start arising. So try not to compare yourself to other people who you might perceive they don't have a lot of needs. They're not as emotionally needy as you. Maybe they don't feel the need to go and reach out for as much support as you need. Or maybe relational healing doesn't resonate with them at this time. A big reason for that, like I said, is because they're probably not at the stage of their awakening process where they're connecting deeply to their body and to the trauma that's in their body. And for those of you going through a Kundalini process, that's really, really hard. The reason it's so difficult is because Kundalini really takes you into your body. It starts revealing to you the shadow, the trauma, and the darkness in your own body. And that's why a lot of people who are really resistant to the Kundalini process and will label it as negative, a big reason they have that perspective is because Kundalini revealed to them a lot of the trauma in their own body. And so this insight came to me. It was really funny because I went to a yoga class last night because I was trying to meet a need of mine, because my process is just taking me so deep into my body. And I went to the yoga class, and actually what happened is I kind of left my body because they were blasting loud music. They were doing these really intense breathing exercises that didn't resonate with me. I didn't feel safe with the teacher. Her nervous system was going really fast, and I just didn't feel, my body didn't feel safe. On a mental level, I was like, everything's cool here. I'll just get a good workout. It's fine. But my more wounded aspects that had been really up at the surface with a lot of needs, they kind of just, they shut down. And also my consciousness sort of left my body because there wasn't this feeling of, I felt like I wasn't safe to be in my body in that room, to be completely honest. And so this morning and today, I've slowly been coming back into my body. And the reason I had this insight is because as I've been coming back into my body, I've been realizing, there's more and more needs arising. There's more and more pain starting to arise. And this is because I'm coming back into my body and connecting back with the hurting parts of me. And so it was interesting how last night and this morning a little bit, it reminded me more of the earlier process of spiritual awakening, where I was pretty disconnected from my body and it was all just a mental process. And it's getting kind of stormy here. I've been spending a lot of time outdoors lately, connecting to Earth, and it's been super restorative and really powerful for my process. And when I started this video, it was all calm, and now it's getting stormy, so I'll probably end this early. But I just wanted you guys to kind of have this frame of reference that if people around you, they're not expressing the same needs as you, or they're not going through the same intense process, even people who are really spiritual, a lot of it's because they're just not in their body yet. And so many of you who watch this channel, you're really coming into the body. You're really starting to meet a lot of the wounds that are stored in your fascia, deep in your connective tissue. Okay, and like I said, I had this insight because I actually left my body temporarily because I had a really kind of a rough experience in a yoga class. Not too rough, but it wasn't the most gentle class, that's for sure. And so I was just kind of like reminded, like, oh yeah, I didn't feel like I needed a lot there for a little bit because I wasn't in my body. And now that I'm coming back into my body, all of a sudden I'm feeling like a lot of these emotional needs coming up that haven't been met. A lot of pain coming up that I'm like, oh, I need to reach out to someone. I need to connect, right? And I wasn't feeling that at all before. So a lot of people just kind of, they're very numb to what's in their body. There's so much pain in their body that if they were to go into it prematurely, before they had the awareness and the space of unconditional love, it would be super overwhelming. That's why a lot of actually people who have Kundalini awakenings feel overwhelmed initially. It's because it's just so much pain in the body to encounter, especially initially. So I was feeling that. I was feeling kind of numb and disassociated. And when we're numb and disassociated, we might perceive that we don't have a lot of needs, right? And that's how a lot of people kind of walk around. They don't even know how numb they are and disassociated they are from their own body and the pain in their own body. So try not to compare yourself, and realize, like, your needs are valid. You're really in your body. A lot of stuff is coming up, and it's not like someone else is further on the spiritual path than you are not. It's actually quite the contrary, to be honest. The deeper you go on the spiritual path, the more you realize you have needs, and the more you acknowledge those needs, and the more you put the time and effort in to meet those needs. Where early on the spiritual path, it's not even about meeting your needs. It's just about knowledge and concepts and education and all of that stuff, right? Like I said, it's very mental, but eventually it takes us into our body. And that's when that's when the fire really starts. I'm going through it myself. But I love it. I remember last night as I was falling asleep, getting chills saying this, I missed my pain. I was like, where's my pain at? Why do I feel disconnected from my pain? It was like, I missed my buddy, I missed my wounded inner child, because he was, feeling unsafe from yoga, and I was feeling numb and disassociated from him. And I was just like, where is he? Even though I was feeling like lots of peace and spaciousness, you start to miss all the aspects of you. You start to miss feeling all that you are. And that includes the pain, that includes the darkness, that includes the shadow. At a certain point, you just want to feel everything. And when that's taken away from you, after you've gotten used to feeling everything, you start to be like, all right, give me my pain back. I want to be with it. I want to hold space for it. I want to let it cry. I want to know what it's going through. I want it to speak to me. And so that's the experience that I've been having. And I just thought I'd hop on and share that with you guys today. Sending you so much love. Like always, if these videos resonate and they hit home for you and they help support you on your process, I will leave a donation link below in the description box. It's labeled something like support this work, and there's a little link there. And that really helps me. It helps support me. It helps feed me so that I have the time to connect to spirit, to connect to source, to bring these videos through. And so if these videos serve you, that's an excellent way to help support me so that I can keep bringing these videos through for you. To hopefully keep supporting you on your journey. Sending you all so much love, and I'll see you in the next video. Namaste.